want to take a minute and go through there's a little project that I made after the physical conditioning video that I shot, where I tied in the paddles to the canoe and put the yoke pad over them and carry them on my shoulders. I noticed what an improvement that made, and so I wanted to just expand on that effect. And what I did is I got some closed cell foam from work and a little bit of open cell, and I put these together. It's just a block with a trough cut out, and the idea is that this pad goes on my shoulder like so, and then over the top is a groove for the paddle to go into, and these little Velcro straps to hold them onto the paddles. So I'm going to set that up now and give it a test. I want these in here as tight as possible because I don't want any lateral movement on the paddles. I'm going to do a couple of figure eights around the blades of the paddles because I don't want them to cross like this. One comment that was made to me was that I should find a way to quick release the paddles, and I agree with that in principle, except when I'm out on the portage, remember I've just carried my pack all the way down the length and I've walked back. I could take 5 minutes to tie up my canoe. Now I'm going to do my figure eights, or my crisscrosses over top of the whole setup. I did them before. And mostly what I'm doing is I'm just picking up the rope. And then when I'm all done, jam that down inside like so. Talk a little bit about the blocks themselves in a little more detail. So what I have is several layers of the closed cell foam held together with like an upholstery glue, and then I cut the trough out there to match my shoulders. I added a layer of open cell foam. This is much more soft than this, and then the rigid foam again on top of that. Reason being, this here open cell foam will act just like a sponge if it gets wet. And I want, at least this part, I want to be able to wipe this with a towel or something and put it on my shoulder without getting soaked. Squeeze this out best I can. And the whole thing will ride a bit like an air suspension on top of through the pink foam. And the grooves, the idea with the grooves is that they go under the paddles. I'm using a Velcro strap that goes around like this, holds tight. And I want to put them on there nice and tight, but not so tight that I crush the foam. I'll put them on like that, turn it upside down, slide it back toward where my shoulders will go. This canoe is it's about 70 pounds. Normally with a Kevlar canoe or something, I would just pick it up and put it on my shoulders. In this case, I'm going to put it in a tree. It's going to make it a little more stable and easy to get under and lift it more carefully. And here we are. So you can see that the shoulder pads are keeping the yoke right off my neck, and as a bonus, it allows me to hold the canoe by the paddles instead of out here. I can also shift the canoe forward or backwards if I like, and it's stable enough that I can hold it with one hand, and then if I get tired there in my arm, just
switch over to the other hand, and I may even consider just putting a rope to the front and holding it down here like some of the more advanced canoe carrying systems. The weakest point here obviously is where I have the paddles tied into the canoe, and they're solid. So I think we got a winner here.